Hello, everyone. This is Alana. Welcome to episode 6 of Let's Draw. Today, we are actually going back into I guess you could call it my art bank. I have hundreds of drawing books at this point, a lot of which aren't finished, some of which, like right in front of here, are from over a decade ago that have pieces that have been finished, but have pieces that have not been finished as well. And so, in going through some of these books, I saw some pieces that are just really inspiring to me to like pick back up again and try something with. So today, I'm actually going to be doing a few different techniques to transfer this old picture. I want to say this is from 2012, maybe 2013, but probably 2012. And so we're going to be transposing it using parchment paper onto a brand new, well, I guess my new page in my drawing book, which has that beautiful bit of bleed through from markers. So I went ahead and I gessoed it in order to prepare it for this pencil drawing. So if you can kind of tell by my style, I mostly use pen for everything. It's very rare that I use pencil because it smudges. But in this case, it's the perfect thing to use to actually transpose an old piece of paper onto a brand new piece of paper. Now, I really enjoyed this process. When I was little, I had a lot of dreams when I was little. I really wanted to be like an actual physical media animator, like with, the big D company. I'm not going to say their name because there's just too much going on and I don't want to be associated, but you know who I'm talking about. We all know hand-drawn animation, at least in my generation. So I really enjoyed this process of going back and forth on this piece of parchment paper and transposing it onto my drawing book. It brought back old memories. Good morning. It's the dawn of a new day. So let's see where we are. I just cleaned this side of the camera on my phone, and my goodness, it's glorious. It's like cleaning your glasses. This is where we started. This is that piece from, I want to say this is 2012, 2013, perhaps a skosh earlier than that. I think I was still in undergrad classes here locally, so over a decade ago. And now that it's transposed, I actually went ahead and used Sumi ink, 2 different kinds, because I wanted to see if they showed up differently. They did not. Sumi ink to do the black aspects of the background, because I like certain colors to pop more depending on what I want to do illustration wise. Is this a painting? Is this an illustration? I don't know. I don't care. It doesn't matter. But yes, we're gonna go forward with coloring now because I love to color. But then these are my 2 different types of Sumi ink. Obviously this is black Sumi ink, and this is supposed to be blue Sumi ink, but I don't think there's really any difference in my opinion. This is what is considered the blue Sumi ink, just for in between the pillars here, and then I used the black Sumi ink for the rest of this. I don't see a difference. I suppose there's a little bit of difference in like the thickness, but again, I don't know. I've had both of these bottles for over a decade at this point, and I'm almost out of this one because it is my favorite. They both are really wonderful. If you don't know anything about Sumi ink from my memory, I didn't Google this beforehand. I probably should have, but I'm not going to in this moment. This is created by essentially vegetation that has been left to decompose, and if you smell it, oh, I wish you could smell it through. I wish we had smell-o-vision. I think it smells wonderful. It smells like mushrooms and earth and autumn, and I quite like the smell of decay, but I am a little weirdo, and that's good. So let's move forward, shall we? So moving forward on this piece, as you can tell, it is much different in composition as when it first started on that old piece of drawing paper. But I wasn't necessarily sure where to move forward when it came to like the image. I like to tell stories in my art, and I didn't know what story I was telling with this, other than I remember, and I still really love, what would you call it? Like Gothic imagery. I love rose windows. I love cathedrals. I really am looking forward to one day being able to go to, Europe and to see all of the old Gothic cathedrals and things of that nature. But I also really enjoy like biblically accurate angel iconography. I love the sea. I love trees and mountains and space. And so I just thought, I want to have fun with a piece that, quote unquote tells a story, but more so just evokes emotion. Which, I mean, do you really have to parse out the difference between creating an emotion and telling a story? I don't know. I don't really care. I had mostly just a fun time creating colors with this. I use a lot of paint like right out the tube, which, some people will say is not painting, and I think that is bullshit. I think as long as you're having fun, it really doesn't matter. And so I did some color mixing for this, but a lot of it is just mixing of paint, squirt the tube on I use a piece of cardboard as my mixing palette because I don't have much else. So, squirt some pictures on some paint on the thing and mix the thing and put the damn thing on the paper. You know how it goes. One of the things that I am always asking about, art and my own art and what the future of physical art is in this world is how does it compare to art that can be created digitally? I've never really had access to the tools to create digital art, even though I'm really super impressed by it. Anyone that can do digital art, digital animation, anything like that, I have a big love and respect for, especially with the rise of AI art. I have no positive emotions regarding artificial intelligence art. I do not like seeing the world that is being created through its usage, through its... It's a big rabbit hole. We don't have to get into it today. But I often think about how the concepts that I am creating and sharing online are being used, without my consent in the form of digital art. Or of AI art, excuse me. But that's a conversation for another day. I'm really great at taking video of the things I do, so at that point I actually dropped some ink, so I had to clean it up and I stopped filming what I was doing. So we sort of jumped ahead into this picture itself that I'm working on. But you see I have got all of the stained glass drawn in, and I've got a lot of really nice gold texture and features on the wings of these three Enochian creatures themselves. And so I thought, we need some halos. If we're going to do 3 Enochians, we need 3 halos to go with them. But I gotta tell you, this brand of paint that I'm using, this gold, is Folk Art brand. Again, a lot of I'm desperately going through my art supply bag next to me. A lot of my art supplies I have bought years and years ago, and I'm just using them until I don't have them anymore. And so this poor Folk Art brand acrylic bottle, you can tell that it has moved with me thousands of miles over many years, but it's still going strong. It's metallic based paint, and I love to have that little bit of shimmer, a little bit of shine, because I am certainly a bird and I like to have a nice little shiny thing here and there. But I was having so much fun with this piece. I really, really enjoyed the process of just layering and layering. And I was only able to achieve everything that I wanted. I just threw the paint on threw the thing away from me, as one does. The only way I was able to achieve all of the layering that I have on this page is because I have multiple layers of gesso paint that I actually put on this piece of paper itself, which made the paper physically very heavy as well. So I suggest just throw your hat in at everything you have and put it on a page and see how you like it, because I really have enjoyed putting everything on here, acrylics and marker, and that Sumi ink was such a wonderful time. As well as, I love a good gel pen. So there's plenty of gel pen on there as well, especially for that light coming through the rose windows. That's what I'm going to call them. I don't necessarily know what else to call them. But here we are at the end. I am so good at doing voiceovers for my own work because it's just a chat. We're just chatting about this piece of work. Here we are. I don't have a name for this, except maybe Trinokian. And that's that for today. So today's homework, go and make some art. Don't care what kind it is, don't care what media you use, but I do want you to go home and make some art. You guys got it. Talk to you later. Bye.